Hello and welcome to another Shady Gamer episode of something. Call it a Halloween special of some sort. Can't go without a good cup of coffee. So, what are we going to do? Very simple. We're going to carve a pumpkin for Halloween. Now I don't really have any special technique I can teach you to do this. I only did this like, I don't know, once or twice. So I'm just going to dig in with a nice sharp knife. Now do is you grab a firm hold of the pumpkin so it can't wriggle away, and then you just take the knife and just start stabbing. Well, like I said, it's very important to have a tight grip on the pumpkin. And also having multiple knives at the ready is also a good idea. As you can see, they can put up quite a fight. But this one's down for the count, so let the carving begin.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back. We washed off all the blood and the gore and the whatnot and the little bits that go everywhere. So we can continue with our pumpkin carving. Now first we're going to carve. What the hell is that? Okay, we've made our opening at the top, so we're going to open up the lid of the pumpkin. There we go. As you can see, the meat of the pumpkin is very stringy in the center. You can pull it out. There we go. Don't know if you can see it very well. Very stringy, and it of course has also the seeds of the pumpkin, which you can also use in certain dishes, or you can dry them and keep them for next year and plant your own pumpkins, which will probably fuck up your garden. And now you have the amusing job of scooping out the insides of the pumpkin. For a big part you'll have to use your hands or a scoop or a spoon and whatnot. But from my experience, using your hands for the stringy meat is the easiest. But you can use any method you prefer. Now another amazing tool we have for this is a spoon, which also gets the job done of scooping up the insides, which you can't pull out with your hand. Now you're best to really get in there, really scratch as much off as you can till you really hit the outer layer of the pumpkin, because the meat that is left in the pumpkin will easily start rotting, and you just want to keep your pumpkin fresh as long as you can, at least for Halloween. So try to get out as much as you can. Whew. Okay, so that was a real bitch to do. So I suggest doing this when you have a lot of spare time, because it's not easy, and please invest in a decent pumpkin carving kits, because just using a knife and a spoon doesn't really cut it if you want to do it decently, which I didn't. But I managed to do the job, and we have one hollowed out pumpkin. So next thing we're going to do is carve out the spooky face. Ooh. I just have to figure out which side I'm going to use. This side has the most space for it, so I'm going to use that side. Usually you draw the design you want to use on the pumpkin, or you draw it on paper and put it on, so you have some kind of plan you can follow while cutting, but I'm just going to wing it because I'm kind of lazy. So yeah, let's start with the cutting. Again, I'm not trying. Stupid fucking phone. Again, not trying to cut myself, which I haven't. So that's a good thing. Still haven't cut myself, but the night is still young. That's one eye. Okay. Now Halloween is actually one of my favorite holidays. Well, it's not really a holiday here in Belgium, but each year it becomes more and more popular, which is a good thing. But trick or treat is still not a thing we do here, which is a shame. But then again, having annoying children come at your door begging for candy, it might get annoying. But I do like the Halloween vibe, and all the spooky shit and stuff. But you all know I love that shit. So what are your thoughts on the whole Halloween thing? If you live in America where they celebrate it, or you live like me in a country where you don't celebrate it, but it's getting popular, or you live in a country where they don't celebrate it at all. What are your thoughts on it? And maybe I'll pretend to actually care about it. Damn, this is a pretty fucking good knife. As you can see, I'm totally winging it. But I cannot stress enough, if you want to do it decently, make a plan, draw out the design you want to use, because the way I'm doing it, it's gonna be a pretty standard pumpkin. I bet even a 10-year-old can do this better. But what the hell? And there we have it. Your generic jack-o'-lantern. Now for the finishing touch. Okay, so we finished hollowing out our pumpkin, and we are stuck with a bunch of pumpkin meat. Now, instead of throwing this out, you can also make a delicious dish with it, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now we're simply going to pop this in the microwave. Pretty basic stuff. And there we go. Some nice, fresh pumpkin soup. Delicious.